Confucius Institute is extremely important to the College of the Bahamas. It helps us to achieve one of our missions, which is to ensure that students have the opportunity to learn about cultures other than our own. The Confucius Institute, thanks to Hanban and the People's Republic of China, provides an opportunity for our students and Bahamians in general to learn more about the culture and the language of China.
The agreement establishing the relationship with Hanban and also with NUIST, the Nanjing University, was during the tenure of Mrs. Hodder, Janine Hodder, when she was president. All that took place. But working on the institute side of it was Dr. Rhonda Chipman Johnson and Dr. Irene Moss. We've also had Dr. Brenda Clear, who served as director at one point. There's also Miss Dr. Christine Novosa, who also served briefly as director.
Thanks to the hard work, the vision of Dr. Rhonda Chipman Johnson and Dr. Irene Moss, we first began with the Confucius classroom. We then matured to an institute.
In September of 2006, we had founded ILSI, which is the International Languages and Cultures Institute, for the purpose of exposing the Bahamian community to world languages, including Mandarin.
That is, Wang Xiuying is in the dormitory, okay? Wang Xiuying, but he's not sure. He asks, Ma Daowei asks, Wang Xiuying 在吗? Okay, see, again, this is a general question. If you say 在, it's 在, and then we, not like English, yes, but this is 在 or 不在.
We had brought in our first Chinese instructor, a local one called Sheng Di, and she started to teach introductory Mandarin classes. And later, with the assistance of the Bahama Chinese Friendship Association and with the assistance of Mr. Joseph Curry, we brought in Professor Xu from NUIST, which is the Nanjing University for Information Science and Technology. Once Professor Xu was here, he suggested to us or recommended to us that we should become a Confucius Institute here and link up with, in partnership with his university, NUIST.
Once Professor Xu and I had finished the application in English and in Mandarin, it was sent to the Confucius headquarters in Beijing. Now, the structure of the Confucius establishments is that the ambassador, the Chinese ambassador in the country applying, has to agree and give his approval. The then ambassador felt that we didn't have the student numbers for a Confucius Institute. So Professor Xu suggested that I go and I visit Nanjing University. I spent 4 months there taking a course, plus having meetings with the administration of the university, and they took me to meet with headquarters administration in Beijing of Hanban, which is the head of the Confucius Institute. And that all went very well. And then the ambassador whispered to me one day that maybe what I should try to do is have the request uttered by Foreign Affairs of the Bahamas. So this is what then happened. There was a formal request by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to establish a Confucius classroom, because we were told that if we downsized our demand from full institute, for which we didn't have the numbers, to classroom, which was for a smaller number of students, that we had a chance of getting it, and then finally we got approval. After the approval of the Confucius classroom, President Lee, Dean Lee, and Dean Wang Su-chun, who was Professor Xu's wife and the Dean of International Studies at NUIST, at our partner university, came to the Bahamas for the official launch. Every year in Beijing there is an international conference of all the Confucius Institutes worldwide. Dr. Chipman Johnson, to represent the president of COB, and myself as Confucius director, were invited to the conference in Beijing. They also have an adjunct to that conference, which is the training of directors, so that directors know how to administer the funds, how to do the bookkeeping, how to do the annual reports, what the duties are of the Confucius Institute locally and the participating local university.
I'm an associate professor specializing in Spanish and French at the College of the Bahamas, and I also serve as chair of the School of Communication and Creative Arts. And in our structure, the Confucius Institute is associated administratively with the school. I've been director of the Institute since March 2013. Since that time, I've been to Shanghai on a training for directors of Confucius Institutes around the world. That was last year, July. I spent 3 weeks along with perhaps almost 200 other people from around the world as part of that training. I'd say we've had about 20 students who have benefited from language scholarships directly. Currently there are 7 students from the College of the Bahamas studying in China at the Nanjing University of Information Science and Technology. We operate on 2 levels. First of all, there is the Confucius Institute level, Hanban, that I talked about, and then there's also the university level, where we are trying to come to some kind of arrangement where we would exchange professors, we would exchange students for a semester, we would exchange knowledge, engage in joint research projects and so on. I think right now a very, very good job is being done. When I observe the classes that our current instructors, Mr. Joe and Mrs. Zhang, deliver, they always contextualize the language teaching within the Chinese culture.
It had always been a dream of mine to go to China, and in order for me to go there, the first step is to learn their language. So it really helps me in preparation for going to China.
请问学习王彩云的是谁吗？
是，请认，请坐。
学习王彩云在吗？
他不在。
They're held right here next door to our institute at the Culinary and Hospitality Management Institute at COB. As you know, our office where we are speaking from right now is located in that same building. Based on the agreement we have with Hanban, which is the overall governing body of Confucius Institutes, we get a subvention yearly from them. And COB, the College of the Bahamas, is expected to provide other in-kind contributions. For example, the College of the Bahamas is responsible for the space that we occupy. And, you know, not just the space, but the electricity, the water, the furnishings, and so on. The big thing that we're looking forward to on September 27th would be International Confucius Institutes Day, where we will focus on language, Chinese language and culture. This is going to be observed simultaneously, obviously taking account of time zones around the world. 132, 140 countries that currently have Confucius Institutes will all on that particular day or a day near to it be focusing on sharing Chinese language and Chinese culture within their communities. So I'm happy to say that I'm currently enrolled in the Mandarin class, Mandarin 1. And I've learned to say more than ni hao. I can even respond by saying wo heng hao, I'm fine.
最后呢，我想告诉大家呢，中国的使馆，包括我们的这个孔子学院啊，我们的院长、中方院长，还有我们的中文老师，都会热情地为每一位学习中文、想学习中文的朋友们提供服务。这里和孔院都是你们学中文的家。